Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Jarbo and this is my Module 3 assignment video. The first question that I'm supposed to be responding to says, describe your thoughts after watching the video about how the internet has driven change and the lecture from Professor Wish. What were the primary messages from the video lecture? Do you relate to those messages, and what implications do these messages have for you as a future teacher? The videos and the lecture that I listened to were essentially discussing how the internet has changed and how certain things on the internet, such as YouTube and blogging sites and social media, how all of those things have affected the world and the community, and how people relate to each other and how people come together. And I definitely agree with the thought that individuals are brought together by the things that they look at on the internet and by the apps and the technology that they utilize from the internet. That's definitely something that is very effective for many people, and I do believe that these kinds of technologies are really important, especially for someone like me who is a future teacher, because there's a lot of things on the internet that can be utilized that it can be very beneficial for students in a classroom. And I believe that technology has helped in an exponential way for students to be able to have a different medium and a different way for them to learn. The second question says, describe the podcast you listened to. What were the ways that Web 2.0 technologies like podcasting, blogging, wikis can be used in the classroom? A Google search may help with some of your ideas. Should social networking applications like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, etc. be allowed in the P through 12 education environment? Why or why not? The podcast that I listened to was one that was on the TED Talks, and it was talking about how libraries and library designs help to draw students into those libraries, and how it allows for the students to feel more connected to libraries than they have in the past, because libraries nowadays are something that essentially are in elementary age, that it's very important because we have the internet and we use the internet for essentially everything. And so the whole purpose of the podcast was to describe how New York, a certain section in New York, had redone, I believe it was 12 different libraries and schools, and how those libraries were designed and set up, and how the setup of the library was beneficial in getting the students interested in coming into the library and utilizing the things that the library had for the students to use. I believe that certain aspects of social networking could be beneficial in the classroom, like YouTube. There are many educational videos on YouTube that could be utilized in a classroom, but I do believe things like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, that shouldn't be allowed in a classroom, especially not for the students to be utilizing, because I feel like those are distracting means and it would take away from the lesson and the things that the students are supposed to be learning. And coming from myself, who has sat through a number of lectures and had my cell phone and been in a large enough university that the professor doesn't really care if you're listening or not, he's just there to talk and teach what he's supposed to be doing. I think that Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram aren't really necessary in a classroom setting, because it definitely does distract the student from learning at their full capacity. The cloud-based bookmarking tool that I utilized was Dig, and I think that this tool was very effective and very beneficial for somebody like me. I'm a debate coach, and I bookmark things all the time that I see, news sites, information, educational websites, things like that, that I believe that my students could utilize for their debate and their debate evidence. And so having something like Dig and being able to utilize that and being able to share that with the students that I have, I believe is something that is very beneficial for them to be able to use, and I would be more than happy to share with them the things that I have learned about bookmarking and these websites, so that it is easier for them to access the information that they have saved on their computers. Thank you.